Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Sarcasm City TV special. But before I get into what the Sarcasm City TV specials are and the very big special guest that is will be on this episode, big up to everyone who's supporting Sarcasm City TV in whatever capacity. And last night we did go over 6K subscribers. So salute to all of you lot. Big up everyone supporting over 6K subscribers now. So it is now rolled to 7K as well. So there will be some form of a 6K party. So I just wanted to say love to everyone who continues to support and help the channel grow. So but for those that haven't seen the Sarcasm City TV specials before, it's where I sit down with the biggest and best content creators one-on-one. We discuss their team and all the other things going on within the Premier League and outside the Premier League as well. We had Kendall on yesterday. The day before that we had on Rants. The day before that we had on Troops. There is a playlist for this, all these shows on the channel, so make sure you check it out, people. And like I said, the biggest and best content creators, and this guy we've got coming on here for this episode, one of the biggest influencers, without doubt. When I say like going viral, it's just another day that ends in Y for this man. Like that's testament to his knowledge. That's testament to how much influence he has as well, and how much people care about his opinion, and just how much, you know what I'm saying, he gets under people's skin, which he also loves as well. But one thing I respect, well, multiple things I respect is, one, he stands on his word. Two, will always back up his opinion, and he don't care what you like, and has a massive following. But outside of that, just a cool guy and a cool don as well. But his channel continues to grow. He'll also be on channels like this. You'll see him on the Football Terrace. But the way he continues to build his own platform, I respect, because not only is he quality at what he does, he also has longevity in the game as well. And this ain't easy to do. A man's still here, still continuing to grow as well. So second time he's been on the Sarcasm City TV specials. Welcome to the show, my like Lee Gunner in the building. Yes, Lee, what are you telling me? You good? Yo, you on mute, fam?
There you go. You'd never know I'm an experienced streamer, would you?
It's all good. I've been there.
I think that's the best intro I think I've ever had, ever. Thank you very much, man. Some kind words. Appreciate it.
Nah, man, it's only right. It's only right. This show's all about giving people their flowers. You know what I'm saying? Because people always want to go, well, some people want to go over the top and criticize. It's like, nah, I'm all about giving their people their flowers. So I'm glad you liked the intro. Obviously, we will be discussing all things Arsenal. Anybody in the chat as well, we will be taking your questions, of course. But make sure you hit the like button on the video. Vitally important you do that. Share this across all the socials and subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV as well. So make sure you subscribe to Lee Gunner's channel. I will add that to the title in a second. And of course, if you super chat, we'll get to it as well. But yeah, that's where I wanted to start, was with the title. Of course, we'll discuss all things Arsenal, whether they will or won't win the Premier League, your thoughts on Arteta, your thoughts on Saka. Is he world class? Is he not world class? Plus more. But I wanted to start with something that not many people have discussed. What do you think the future is for Mikel Arteta and Arsenal if Arsenal don't win the Premier League this season? How do you think that impacts him, and how would that impact the team as well?
That's a great question to start, man. I can't lie. Because this season's been unreal.
Yeah.
But it's only going to end unreal if we end up winning that title, because otherwise it's just been an unreal season that fell away right at the death, which is the history of Arsenal for many, 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 many years, man. Last season, we fell away 3 games to go, 4 points clear of Tottenham to get Champions League football. We've been in title races many times over the years and falling away after 25, 30 games due to injury, not having a big squad or big enough squad. I remember even when we were great and we were really going for titles and winning titles, it was almost like sometimes in the space of a week we're out of all competitions under Wenger. Like even when we had Henry and players like that, you know, it was always February, March, bang, it all comes crashing down. We're out the FA Cup, we're out of this, we're out of that. And excuse me, even the season we did the Invincible season, we lost in the FA Cup, and then we lost in the Champions League, and then
we were Milan in the Champions League. I think was it Milan? The child that was no, but sorry, carry on.
I genuinely, mate, I've done this nearly half my life ago.
100%. I understand.
Yeah, but my memory's not that great. But I do remember that we did lose in the Champions League. We lost in the Cup, and then we were losing to Liverpool, and then Henry did a madness. Yeah, and did a hat-trick in that game. Otherwise, it would have been bang. You've lost all 3 competitions again, really. But and that was the Invincible season. we may have ended up winning the league even if we'd lost that game, but it wouldn't be invincible, is what I'm saying. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that we have to win the league. And if we don't win the league, I don't think Arteta will fall away as a manager. But I do think that that'll be a massive, massive knock to his confidence. The fact that we've been the pace, like we've been setting the pace all season. We've been the best team to watch. We've got some of the best players on form in the league this season. Bukayo Saka will come to him in a bit. He's been up there. Ben White, Thomas Partey, Odegaard. All of these players, like, they've been fantastic. Goalkeeper, centre-backs, Gabriel Magalhaes, Saliba. Every single player in that first team. And then when you add in the fact that Trossard came in, he's been brilliant since he's come in. It'd be very disappointing to not win. So I think Arteta would take that as a knock. Okay. And I could see a way where next season, the players have also got that in their head that, well, that was a great season, but we didn't. And now potentially fall away. With Man United, if they get Qatari ownership, we know that's going to be mad. Chelsea, we know we're going to go and spend $1 billion again. Newcastle will be back up there trying to get better. Man City are going to get rid of some of their midfielders in the summer. They're going to go shopping.
Yes, they're going to go.
All of a sudden, it's going to become a lot harder. Liverpool may come back again next season. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot harder next season. But on the flip side of that, I think I've seen enough, especially this season, maybe not the 3 before that, but this season, to say that, you know what, every time we've had a knock, we've come back. Like, we lost to you lot at Old Trafford.
You have.
Yeah, we then come back. We had that little blip a couple of months back. We've then come back and won 6 straight games. First time this season we've done that in the league, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on 6 straight wins. We ain't done that all season. So it's almost like we've had that blip and now we've got better. Yeah, and I do think that if we get rid of some players in the summer, likes of Rob Holding, Eddie Nketiah, even Jorginho had been in the summer, players like that, and go and buy real star quality. And when I say star quality, I mean like borderline world class.
Okay.
Yeah, like top players or players that are constantly getting better every season. Declan Rice being one of them, for example, constantly gets better. I would take him in a heartbeat. I don't think that deal will happen, but I would like him at Arsenal because I think that Granit Xhaka, as good as he's been this season, he's in his 30s.
You want to see an improvement on him? Yeah, I get what exactly.
And I want to see that when we go into that Champions League, I want to see us actually have a go at it. Because I've seen us do that 20 years straight and really only give it a go twice. When we lost to you in the semi-final. Yeah. Ironically, with a squad that's younger than the squad we got now. Which is kind of mad, but nobody was talking about youngsters back then, bro.
Yeah, I remember you saying this last time we did the special. You were saying everyone's talking about youngsters at Arsenal, but I've seen younger Arsenal teams be even more successful and people not talk about the age of that team.
And you know what's funny about that semi-final, is we had, and we were in a title race the season before that. Right, and do you know what's mad is we got rid of Thierry Henry the season before that title race and then the Champions League run, and we ain't really got a Thierry Henry, we ain't got a main guy in our team, which is great because I remember Cesc Fabregas back then saying that the pressure of having to pass to Henry all the time got a little bit too much for everyone because it was in everyone's heads. We've got to give it to Henry, So when he left, and it weren't a diss on Henry, it was just saying like we got better as a team. Because we played as a team rather than we've got to give it to Thierry, he's the best player. Yeah. Now we haven't got, well, I think Saka's our best player, but people are making a case for Odegaard. People are making a case just for Saliba or Gabriel or Partey. Jesus is another. We could pick 4 or 5. You could have 4 or 5 different Arsenal fans in, and you could say who's your best player, who's the best player at Arsenal. I'll give you 4 or 5 answers.
Yeah, everyone's got different answers. You can make.
Whereas back then it was Henry's the main guy. So I do think if we go and buy a little bit of star quality, even if we don't win the league, then I do think we can kick on again. But it's tough to go and do it again and again and again, which is why people rate Klopp. Yeah, because he missed out how many times after getting 90+ points?
Yeah, he missed out twice.
You know what I'm saying? It's like he's still going. He got to a Champions League final. Karius happened. You go back, you win it. Yeah, he literally went back and won it. And it's like to keep going, you have to have that mentality. And I do think Arteta's got that. And I do think that he's instilling that into the team. But there is still players in that team that on any given day, they can just press the F it switch and it all goes wrong. Rob Holding, Granit Xhaka, players like that. They can. Gabriel Magalhaes, as much as I think he's been our best player this season, he does have that little Bozo-esque gene in him. Yeah, he's been brilliant since maybe October. I think he's been especially good. But in that first couple of months, bro, on another given day, it would have been a pen at Palace. It would have been a pen against Liverpool, because they were handballs and we got away with it. But I think that we need to get rid of a lot of players in the summer that are on loan coming back, like Pepe and players like that, Pablo Mari, Cedric Suarez. Get rid of them players and get rid of Jorginho. Go and get a Declan Rice. Go and get a Caicedo. Yeah, and I do think that we can kick on. I do think we need a striker. So yeah, it's a great question to start with, man. And I do think there's many factors behind it as well. But I genuinely still think we'll win the league.
Okay, because that was going to be my next question. So you think you will win the league? Okay,
I still think we'll win it.
Yeah,
I do. I think we'll beat Leeds this weekend. No Saliba. Apparently, he's got something wrong with his back. He may or may not need surgery. There's like one article saying he does, the other doesn't. Arteta said, well, we hopefully don't, but he might. And it's like, if he needs surgery, mate, I've got a dodgy back. I've got a double curve in my spine. Yeah, and I'll get sciatica. It's nasty, bro. Yeah, but if you've got something wrong with your back and you need surgery, that's something serious, bro.
Yeah, that's nothing light. 100%. Back issues are nothing light. 110%.
Yeah, so yeah, I do think we'll win it. Even the thing for me in this running, we've got teams that are down the bottom. Wolves is the last game of the season. We've got Nottingham Forest the game before last. They're fighting for their lives. We've got who's the other team? We've got West Ham are down the bottom. We've got Leeds down the bottom. We've got Southampton who are bottom. There's 5 of our 10 games straight away.
Well,
yeah. Then now I did Newcastle away, Liverpool away, City away. Now Chelsea at home.
Yep.
Like all of a sudden it's like on paper it could be tricky, but the game ain't played on paper, bro. And we've been superb this season. I think we'll go out there tomorrow. I think we'll beat Leeds comfortably. And hopefully by then Liverpool would have done something for us up at the Etihad. But even if they don't, listen, if we win all of our games, we win the league.
But it's in your hands. 10 cup finals.
We don't even need to win all of them. If we can afford to lose one game. Yeah, because City have got a game in hand, so that'll bring it to 5.
5, yeah.
We can afford to lose one game, whether that be Liverpool or City. But I think we'll get something at Anfield as well for the first time in a long time, because they've got City, then in midweek they've got Chelsea, both away.
Yes.
Yeah. So by the time they play us, that's now 3 big games in 8 days. And we would have had a whole week rest. So maybe I'm just getting a bit excited. I don't know. But
I'm not getting excited. It's about time.
Bro, I've been more excited about a season than I've been for a long time, man.
That is rightfully so. As much as I dislike Arsenal, I'm pleased for people that I know are Arsenal fans like yourself, because I know what it's like. And obviously, you know as well as I do what it's like being in a title running and winning league titles. So as much as I criticize and banter rivals, it's like I'm happy for people who I know who are fans of that club, because there is nothing better than seeing your club win those big trophies, 110%. So now I understand that, like, enjoy it. And you don't want to be right about Arsenal and be miserable about Arsenal, but everything you said about Arsenal, you know what I'm saying, before the season was spot on. This is why you've been so far away from the big trophies. But now you're competing. You're here saying credit to Arsenal, credit to Arteta, credit to X, Y, and Z.
Just one player, manager of the month again. Like, rightly so. And do you know what's funny? When the nominations went up, I put it on my Instagram. And I said, he's the only one that should be winning manager of the month. He won 4 out of 4. No other team played 4 games.
There we go. So that's fair. That's legit, just fair.
Saka, I said, should have won player of the month. Rightly so, he won player of the month. Right. So, no, people miss that with me, though. People miss the praise. They only see the negative side.
Yeah, because people see it. People just want to see the negative side and only talk about that. They don't want to talk about league runner praising and saying Arteta should have won the manager of the month and Arteta is doing a good job, and Saka, you know what I'm saying, should have won player of the month. That's the people that want to complain. Like, that's just absolutely foolish. Before we continue, just over 90 of you lot locked in the building, which is big. Make sure you bump up the likes. We're at 39 likes. Let's get up to 60 likes, people. Let's get that up to 60 likes. Continue to subscribe as well. It is road to 7K, people. Like I said, we've hit 6K last night. You know what I'm saying? We've hit, much appreciated. We've hit 6K, so it is road to 7K. Make sure you subscribe to League on this channel. The link is in the title as well. So you can click the link. It opens up a new tab, and that way you can subscribe to his channel, and you'll find all his socials over there as well. But you mentioned it there, Declan Rice, just before. You don't think you'd sign him, but you'd like to sign him. Why don't you think Arsenal get the deal done?
I just think, like, maybe we're coming into a new era of Arsenal. I don't know. But every time we're linked to a player for many, many, many months, it just never happens. Mudryk, like, we were all over Mudryk from last summer. Could have got him for 40 mil. Arsenal fans gassed him up so highly, he was now worth 100 mil online off of nothing. And then Chelsea went and bought him. And it's like, we do this all the time. We always link to players for months, weeks. And it's never that player. And as much as I'd like him, I don't think he's coming. Bro, I said it on my channel the other day. I said, if Rice signs for Arsenal, I will buy an Arsenal shirt with Rice name and number on the back. That's how confident I am he ain't coming.
Okay.
Like, he ain't coming. Yeah, but if he does come, he elevates us. But out of the midfielders that we're linked to Zubamendi, Caicedo, Onana, Declan Rice, Lavia. Yeah, I want 2. I'm greedy, bro. I want 2.
I'm with you
we
on
can't
that.
rely on Thomas Partey for a whole season. Yeah, so have healthy competition. When you look at Manchester City's squad, the reason they dominate and go for all competitions, they're still on for a treble, bro.
They are still on for a treble. Yes, they
are
still on for a treble.
That's going under the radar.
Yes, it really is going on.
Yeah, because of what we're doing.
Yeah, it's because of what you're doing, and no one cares about City. Anyone else who's on for a treble, there's conversations like that. Even no disrespect to City, like somebody had to remind me. Like I was legit on a stream. This was 2-3 weeks back. It was on Twitch, and someone said, "Are you worried about City being on for a treble?" And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Oh shit!" Like City are legit still in those 3 competitions. But
I didn't really clock it until Terry Flewers told me last week, and I was like, "Damn, they are, man. Yeah, they actually are." Like... And listen, they'll get to the final of the FA Cup, because I think they'll beat Sheffield United. But this is the thing; they've got such a good squad. Yeah, and Pep's a master of resting players around Christmas time. He always rests De Bruyne or Mahrez or Foden, whoever it is. So then he has 99.9% of his players fit and ready for this last 10-15 games. Yeah, and like they're doing well, man. They're doing well. The last 10-15 games, they've been flying. They're scoring loads of goals, like not conceding many goals. And this is where the business end of the season is. And this is why Pep rotates all the time in the early. And you think, because I rate Mahrez highly, bro. Like, then I see him sat on the bench. I'm like, why is he on the bench? It's for this part of the season. Yeah, and when you look at that, it's because he's got such a good squad. Whereas you look at Arsenal, we've got a good 11.
Got you.
Yeah, the bench is a bit iffy for me. Like it's better now. Now Trossard's there, and Jorginho. You can throw in there and say Jorginho is better than El Neni or Lokonga. Yeah, but for me, it's still not top for me, and we need to get that. And we go down this route of everyone saying, yeah, but why would they come to Arsenal to sit on the bench? Well, fight for your place. You're playing for the champions. If we win it, go and buy 2, 3, 4, 5 players in the summer that are first teamers, but have to fight with the first teamer to get in. Yeah, like we got Gabriel Martinelli. Yeah, like he's been sat on the bench. Now he's got his chances because he started scoring. Now he's our top scorer in the league. They scored 13 goals this season in the league. Yeah, and that's gone under the radar as well.
Yeah, that's gone very much. I didn't know till you just told me. There's 13 goals.
Yeah, man. I big up my boy Jolien in the chat as well, man.
Yeah, I was going to say to that. I just thought that I was going to get to this.
Yeah, he lives in Sevilla, man. Big up Joe, man. Come on.
Big up Joe, man. Big up to you lot in the chat. He says, Lee, do you know this guy? Sarcasm has such a kind heart, bro. Such a genuine guy. Never has a bad word to say about anyone. Invite him to Spain. We can chill. Drinks on me. Smash the lights.
Yeah, come on, facts. Hey, you know this already. Anytime you want to get a flight to Malaga, bro, I'm picking you up. You stay on my gaff, bro. I've told you this before, bro.
100%. Nah. I'm definitely making it out there. 110%. I need to make it out to Malaga without doubt. Jolien, big up for the kind words as well, man.
I'll take you to Sevilla, man. Yeah, Sevilla's beautiful. Absolutely
it's nice beautiful. All right, man. I'm gonna have to make it out there to Spain. 100%. We're gonna make it happen. And like you said at the end there, smash the likes. But Jolien, big up, man. Much appreciated. And yeah, man, 10K soon come. Flawless deserves more subs. Wallahi, get this man to 10K soon come. You lot just continue to support.
I'm glad you said that word, because last time I said that word, mate, I was trending everywhere.
Oh, was it? Last time you said Wallahi, did you try?
I said it wrong.
Is that what it was? Because you said it wrong. Fair. Bro, I heard it so much.
Instagram. I was on another Instagram with millions. I was everywhere, bro.
I hear it so much. That's what it is. It's a word that people use all the time. That's why I hear it so much. But big up to you, Mo. Again, I'm starring all the best questions as well. So when was the turning point for you in regards to when you was like, all right, Arsenal are going to win this league title? What result was it? Was it an Arsenal result? Was it a City result that happened? Where was it in the season, if you do remember?
Man United at home.
Okay.
Last minute, Eddie Nketiah. I thought, you know what? I think it's ours. I was like, it's ours. Although I did have a bit of a wobble when we had that wobble ourselves. Like when we lost to City twice, we lost to
Brentford.
Lost to Everton. I was like, why did I get sucked in? I should know this is what this club's all about. But then we bounced back after that. Convincing win. And and then we got I wouldn't say lucky, but in terms of the context of it, that last minute screamer against Bournemouth.
The Reece Nelson one.
That game again is another turning point, because that's like, do you know what? When you sit down, if Arsenal win the league this season, I think most Arsenal fans will say that was the game that you just knew, yeah, this season's ours. Yeah, because there's certain points in seasons where you can look back at it and say, right, like when we used to have the battles with you lot, if we come to Old Trafford and win, like, we're winning the league.
Yeah.
If you come to Highbury and win, you're winning the league. It was like a big turning point. That Man United game against you where Eddie scored in stoppage time or last minute, and then that Bournemouth game. Yeah, and if we end up winning it, them 2 games are massive, man. Yeah, they are massive because both last minute goal. Well, one of them was 97th minute, Eddie's last minute. Late. And it's like, we've done that 3-4 times this season, but them 2 especially, man. Yeah, Man United, and then I had a bit of a wobble, and then the Bournemouth game, I couldn't believe it, man. What a goal! Yeah, that has to win goal of the month. If that don't win goal of the month, he's been robbed.
It was a banging goal, like 110%. It was.
And the thing is, the defender bottled it though, man. Like, real talk. I look back at it the other day. The defender came out and sort of stopped halfway. It was like that. I was like, if that was John Terry or Rio or Vidic or someone, man, or Adams, they'd be faced like that, taking it.
Facts. Them old school. Them are like, all right, if we get hit by the ball, I'd rather get hurt than the actual goal get in, rather than turn your back. Man. Yeah. That's correct. That's 110%. But same question, but in regards to Arteta, what was the turning point? Because you were someone who was critical of Arteta, and rightfully so. I fully understand it. But what was the turning point where you was like, all right, he's a good manager. He can help us win the league. He can do something big.
Yeah, I don't think anyone expected Arsenal to do anything this season. I didn't. I predicted 5th or 6th, I think. But this is what makes me laugh a bit. It's like, everyone's saying that Arsenal didn't expect them to win the league, so if we don't win it, it's cool. No. Expectations change along the way, mate.
Yes, that's true.
Right? And when you're 8 points clear, which we are now, and when we were 8 points clear in January, all of a sudden that top 4 talk can't be top 4 talk anymore. It has to be title talk. No. Yeah, and when we got 8 points clear, we were 5 points clear going into the World Cup. And then I remember, I think it was February. I think it was when we beat Tottenham, Maybe. I think it was the day after Valentine's. I can't remember. But whenever we beat Tottenham, I was like, so what? We're still 5 points clear. And we have chipped off all of them games.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like, I think we could do this. And I think the manager's doing it. And, and then we played Man United, obviously. And that was the game for me. But in terms of the manager, I'm still critical of him. Because I still don't think he's 100%.
All right, talk about that.
Yeah, there's certain things he does in games that wind me up. Like, don't make a sub for 70 minutes. Like, don't change it quick enough sometimes. Right? Put in a reserve team out in the game against Sporting Lisbon.
The Europa League game.
Throwing away the League Cup, throwing away the FA Cup. Yeah, putting all the eggs into the league basket, which is great, cool. If we win the league, nobody cares about getting out them cups. Let's be real, yeah. Right? But if we don't end up winning the league, then I'm going to be peed off, bro. Yeah, because you've thrown away the FA Cup, which is our cup. We win it more than anyone. Yeah, you've thrown away the League Cup, which I've seen Arsenal win twice, and part of a cup double before. And then you've thrown away the Europa League. Yeah, and at the start of the season, like I said, this is where things change, yeah? At the start of the season, you wouldn't have found an Arsenal fan other than me and maybe a handful of others that said, well, you think we're going to win the Europa League just like that? No, you have to fight for that. Because Arsenal fans were going down this top 4 in the Europa League route as a fan base. Yeah, and then we got to that and it was like, we'll now throw that in the bin to go and win the league. And that's what I'm saying about expectations change. Most of the fans have said, well, forget the cups, let's go and win the league. We'll now win the league then.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you don't win the league, then what? We finish the same as Tottenham if they get top 4. Yeah, because if we finish second and they finish 4th, it's the same season, bro.
Yeah, you've had the same. Yeah, you get the same.
The only difference is they had their fall off the wagon real quick, and we stayed in it until May. Right? So, I mean,
facts. You get the same prize. You know what I'm saying? Which is Champions League for you guys. Yeah, Champions League. Yeah, that's
so I'm
true.
Still critical of him because he does wind me up sometimes. But the one thing I will say, he actually gives a toss, bro. He actually cares, like which is nice to have as a manager because Wenger. As much as people are talking about Wenger in the Hall of Fame, and rightly so, he should have been in that, yeah. Thanks. But at the same time, it was almost like he didn't give a shit at times. Like, and he was just sat there, just sat on the. It was like that last 5 years of Wenger. It was almost like you just can't be bothered, can you, mate? You really can't. You just genuinely can't. Yeah. Whereas this guy, he does actually look like he cares. Yeah, and he does.
I get that from him that he cares and he wants to succeed there 110%.
And the thing is, when people say, "Oh, Lee, you're negative all the time," like even when we win, you criticize. This is what top teams do. Like, do you think when Arsenal win a game by stoppage time winner, in the 97th minute. Whilst that's fantastic and it's great and everyone was having a party, there were still 60,000 fans in the Emirates half an hour later.
Yeah,
that game was done. That ain't heard of at Arsenal, bro. Yeah, normally they're all leaving in 9 minutes to go. But he would have been in there. He would have had all the jumping around and the party and all of that, and it would have been a great, fantastic night and great way to finish the weekend. First thing Monday morning, he would have been ripping them for even getting into a position, to have to come back from that. Yeah, and this is what top teams do. And when I sit there and compare Arsenal to Madrid and Bayern Munich, well, we did knock a stadium down to be like them. So I want to be like them.
That's fair.
And when you see Madristas and you see these Bayern fans, every loss is the end of the world, bro. It is the end of the world. Yeah, you can't lose a game. You're Real Madrid. You can't. You're Bayern. Yeah, and if you're second in, I've seen people talking about Nagelsmann about, he shouldn't have been sacked. They're second in the league. They're on for treble. Yeah, bro, he should have been sacked. They're second. That is not acceptable. You should be walking that league. That league is trash.
I understand why you got sacked. I get it.
The football stinks. Yeah, their football stinks, bro. Like it does. Yeah, but he done 8 out of 8 in the Champions League. They beat Barca in this, and they beat PSG. They lost to Villarreal last season. Got knocked out.
Yeah, they did. It was Villarreal. Yeah, it was
Villarreal that qualified by beating my team in the semi of the Europa and yours in the final. That's what I'm saying. Wow. It's mad. It's actually mad. When you deep it, bro, Nagelsmann, right? If you're going to read when they put the statement out on Bayern's Twitter page, 90% of the comments were full of fans that don't support Bayern. It's this. If you actually read the Bayern Munich fans' comments and translate them from German into English, most of them wanted him gone.
Yeah, because they have ridiculously high standards, and rightfully so. They are Bayern Munich. You know what I'm saying? They are a European juggernaut, 100%.
If you get the job at Bayern Munich, standard procedure, you have to win the league.
Yeah,
and you have to win it in style.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you don't, and you just win it boring, you're sacked. Yeah, you have to compete for a Champions League, and if you don't, even if you've won the league, which you should anyway, you're sacked. You have to win the cups.
No.
Yeah, and if you don't, doesn't matter if you've won the rest, you're sacked.
Well.
Yeah, bro, that's how they keep their standards on Terry Fluer's show the other week, right? Real Madrid have had 17 managers since 2004 when this lot played for Arsenal. Yeah, 17. Bayern Munich have had 16 now. Tuchel's there. Yeah. Chelsea have had 16. And guess what? They're the 3 most successful teams in that period.
Tells you all you need to know. You know what I'm saying? That's a very valid point. I didn't know that stat.
You don't play with style. Don't do what we set you the target to do. You're sacked. Whether that's like halftime, like Ancelotti in the tunnel when Abramovich sacked him.
That's
Ancelotti, bro, one of the greatest. You're sacked. Get your stuff and F off. Yeah. Lopetegui, who's manager of Wolves now, he was manager of Real Madrid for 14 games. They sacked him. Yeah, because he only won 6. See you later. Bye-bye. Get out. Yeah, they had 3 managers that season. Like, do you know what I'm saying? This is the standards, bro. Every loss. I remember when they lost to FC Sheriff last season.
Yeah, I remember they lost to Sheriff, in the group stages. Yeah, they did.
Bro, they were 10 out of 10 wins in La Liga. They'd set a record after 10 games for most goals scored in La Liga after 10 games. Mm-hmm. They were going to qualify out the group, no drama. Yeah, they'd already got loads of points on the board. They lost to Sheriff. Yeah, bro, the handkerchiefs were out, the booze, the jeers, they were throwing lighters, coins, everything, bro. Yeah, because you can't lose. You're not allowed to lose.
You're not. Yeah? People forget that they booed their legends. Go on, carry on.
And guess what? They ended up winning the Champions League.
They did win the Champions League.
So when people sit and have a go at me for saying, "Oh, you're negative," why? So, don't worry, it's only 1 loss. No, mate. Go and listen to Sergio Ramos talking about how when they were booed, that inspired them to play better because they knew we dropped the standards. Yeah, and the fans keep the standards up, bro. Same at Bayern Munich. When Neuer, I heard Aaron talking about this a couple of months ago, yeah? Big up Aaron.
Big up to Aaron every single time.
And he was talking about where Neuer signed for Bayern Munich, from Schalke. They didn't want him. They said, "No, we are not accepting this guy. Not accepting him." He was warming up to go in goal for a game that was kicking off an hour later or 20 minutes later. And en masse, 80,000 fans all held up signs, say no to Neuer. He's now about to go in goal and play the game. Yeah. But now I'm negative because I'm calling a loss for what it is, a disgrace.
Wow.
It's mad.
It's wild. I didn't know about that Neuer story. I'm going to ask Aaron about that. That's crazy.
Clubs keep the standard. Fans keep the standards, bro.
They do.
Keep the standards. The ultras in Italy, their fans keep the standards.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they do. But then like it'd be seen as a great achievement if Arsenal finished second this season. For me, it ain't. Yeah?
Not from this situation, not from the position Arsenal are currently in. That shouldn't happen. No, it shouldn't happen. It's very disappointing. Yes, from the original standards, of course, Arsenal finishing second would be overachieving, but being 5 points clear with 10 games to go, whoever you are, you should, especially if you're a top team, you should go and win it. 8 points clear, game hands. 8 points clear, you should win the league. 100%. Yeah. Big up to Lewis as well every single time. Says 2 goals.
Big up Lewis, man. He was spot on the other day, man. He was spot on the other day. I was watching the clip that Rance put out of him, man. Yeah, he absolutely nail on their head about social media, man. Absolutely nail on the head.
It's outrageous, like social media. And again, Lewis is one because he keeps the standards high at Chelsea. Fans want to criticize him like he's out there playing. You know what I'm saying? When he turns around and says, Mason Mount's not good enough or Kai Havertz is not good enough. Guess what? They're not. Like, that's legit what it is. You know what I'm saying? That if they was good enough, Chelsea wouldn't be 10th. That's the be all and end all. They wouldn't have all these bad results. The manager wouldn't have went 2-16 and things of this nature. But hey, large up Lewis as well.
Mad. I disagree with Mount. I think there's a player in there, but
you think Mount's good?
I think he's a decent player, man. Yeah, I think the problem with Mason Mount is he's trying to be Frank Lampard. Like, he's trying to be that hero all the time. Like, he tries to play hero balls all the time. He tries to do everything, runs off up to the left wing, and then all of a sudden he's like a dog with a bone chasing it over to the right. It's like, mate, and the problem he's got as well is he has had a lot of managers and they play him in different positions. Yeah. Just hold down one position, mate.
That's the problem with him is, though, that I've said it about Mount. Like, he's a man of many traits and a master of nothing. All his best attributes are off the ball.
And that's great. And you need players in the squad like that. James Milner, for example, at Liverpool.
Squad player, cool. But
at the same time, I just think that
crazy.
I think if you get a manager that puts his arm around him and says, "Look, you're going to play. I'm going to give you the next 15 games. You're going to play in that position, number 8, number 10, whatever it may be. But if you don't do it, and when I say do it, I want this output, or I want to see level of performance up here every game. Yeah, then you ain't playing for me again. I think you'll see a better Mason Mount. Yeah, but when he's playing number 10, then he's playing number 7. Number 8. Then he's playing on the left. They put him up front the other week, bro.
Yeah. He was playing up front. I don't know what part.
But so I do think there's a player there. But again, he's trying to be Mr. Lampard. Like, I'm the man. I'm the midfield maestro. He's never going to be Lampard, bro.
He's not. He's a good squad player. Like you said, I'm not saying he's completely trash. I'm saying, he's decent. That's where the level's at. When you look at all his attributes, all his best attributes are off the ball. 9 out of 10 of them. When you start talking about his on the ball attributes as an attacking player, what does he offer? Like, his hard work. You know what I'm saying? Pressing, chasing down, all that stuff off the ball.
Plus all the fans fancy him as well, bro. So he's got that. Like, but do you know what? This is how conscious he is about fan opinion, though. Yeah. Somebody put a compilation out about him flicking his hair all the time.
Yeah.
So he shaved his hair off.
Yeah, because people were saying expected hair flicks. That's the fact. Like, that's what it is. Expected hair flicks. And to who's talking about, Rashford was cooking and that. Rashford has skills that Mount does not. When you have the pace and power that he has, they're totally different. Like, we've seen 100%. Rashford have a great season before last season. And bear in mind, I was critical of Rashford.
Explosive, man. He's more of a his hold-up play is not great. He doesn't keep the ball very well. He's not strong and physical, but running, in behind, he's extremely good at. Facts. Yeah, his finishing is fucking high standard.
Very good. This is the point. Yes.
If he has a shot on target, 9 times out of 10 is in.
Yes.
Yeah, like you don't normally see him shank one out the stadium. Like, let's be real with it. Yeah, and the way he connects with a ball, he strikes the ball clean, man. But he can't dribble. Yeah, that's why it's more of a kick and run or a ball.
Yeah, he's smart enough though. That comes down to football intelligence. He utilizes his skill set to the absolute max, and he's carried Manchester United's attack. Mount don't do that, people. That is the difference. Mason Mount is not good enough to carry a Chelsea. He's carried our attack. Rashford, legit. He's the only attacker who's excelled this season. Everyone else has either been decent, average, or below average,
or in and out.
In regards to Manchester United,
he's not really ripped it up. And then there's been games where he's ripped it up.
Exactly my point.
Sancho's had his little break. He's come back. He's looked all right, but then he's not looked all right again. Like, it's, and Weghorst, he is what he is, bro. Like, just try and be a
workhorse. He's a nuisance, and he does that. People criticize him all the time. I'm like, he comes in and he's done a job. He's done better than I expected. And people say, oh, well, the bar's low. Yes, because he was a 2 million, 3 million loan signing. Like, what did you expect?
It's like trying to ask a dwarf to go up against Usain Bolt in a 100-meter race, bro. It's never going to happen. Like you're trying to ask Weghorst to go and score 1 million goals and hold up play, link up play.
He's never been, but people are like, all right, you're going to come to Manchester United and get 10 to 15 goals from January to the end of the season. No, come and have a positive impact, contribute to Manchester United having a successful season. And so far, he's contributed. I say he's got like Carabao Cup, he's helped him. Premier League games, he's helped him. Even away in the new camp, he was very good, etc. We've seen him play in the 9, we've seen him play in the 10. Yeah, we do. Do I want improvement on Weghorst? Absolutely, but I understand where Manchester United are at and the fact that we couldn't go and spend big in January, which we should have been able to do. But that's down to them Glazers. That's a whole different conversation. Big up to Dan as well. Says big up for the super chat. Appreciate it. He says big up the 2 realists. Is the top 3 the standing order? Yeah, most currently, yes, I would say so. I
think so. And then it's a fight for 4th. I wouldn't rule out Brighton.
Don't rule out. We're gonna get to that anyway. So let's go. Who's your favorite? Because top 4 is close. Who's your favorite for that?
I'd still say, I know this is going to sound wild, but I still think Liverpool.
I don't think it's wild. That's my pick.
Yeah, I still think Liverpool because they're getting a few of their players back. Diaz is back. They're getting a couple of their players back, and they can go on a run. Not that they've done that many times this season, but it's the business end of the season now, and they've got to go on a run, or they're in the Europa League, and that's a failure. Yeah, so Tottenham. Bro, like that team's dead. Like that team is a circus. Every single day something comes out of that club, bro. It's almost like Arsenal, right, for the last 10 years. Yeah, but now
it's come and took that.
Spurs took that banter club here. Like they've always been a banter club. Like we were nicking cups here and there, yeah. But like off field, we were a shambles. Yeah, but they're a joke, man. They're a joke. And then Newcastle, you can't rule them out either. Like they've got you this weekend. Like that's not an easy game.
No, definitely not.
I'll play us as well. Like, we're not looking forward to that one. So yeah, Newcastle are a shout, but for me, Liverpool. But yeah, if Tottenham get there, like Tottenham fans are crazy, bro. Like they're all moaning and bitching and this and that. What do they even want? They don't even know what they want. They want funky, sexy play on the pitch. Then they get that with Poch and sack him. Right, do you know what I mean? And they go and get a win now manager. He gets them to a final. They sack him 5 days before it. Like, then they go and get Conte and only put him on 18-month contract and don't give him all the players he wants. Then sack him.
I get Conte. Made no sense. Makes no sense. I don't understand
why. The only way you get Conte is if
that.
You're going to give him 200 million quid to go and buy Ashley Young to play at right wing back. And all these other players. The only player he really wanted at that football club, mate, in my opinion, was Perisic. Like it was probably open to Kulusevski and Bentancur being there because of the Paratici getting there. But I think the only reason Conte went there is for Paratici anyway.
You reckon that's what it was?
Yeah, it made no sense that he got them. He got them in the top 4, which is their objective anyway. And then they never gave him a renewal of the contract, which was only 18 months. That made no sense. Yeah, and then they're all sitting there and like their fans are going nuts, saying, "Oh, he deserved to go." What do you mean he deserved to go? You finished 4th last season and jumped for joy and were street parties over Arsenal, right? You're currently sat 4th. What's the issue here? Like, your team don't aspire to win anything. So what's the issue? Oh, but the football's diabolical. Okay, well, bring Poch back then and still win nothing and get 4th, but play better football.
I think at this point, I think Spurs fans are there where they're just like, yo, bring us better football, because they've gone from football. They've had footballing terrorists after footballing terrorists after footballing terrorists, because they had Mourinho, then they had Nuno Santos, and now they've had Conte. So they're at the point where they're like, yo, just bring Poch ball back. Like, how many times we had heard expressions say fossil football? You know what I'm saying? How many times I don't even want to watch Katie Hopkins football fossil. He's like, why am I going to the game?
Mate, they've all given up. He went to Dubai, bro. Yeah, and Toby's in Kenya, I think.
Only Toby on Kenya. Hey, shout to Toby.
I think he's in Kenya. They've all given up, bro. I heard him on the Big Six last night, and he was saying, yeah, my season is done. Yeah, Tottenham's season's still going, but my season is done. They're dusted, bro. They've all given up. But the funny thing about them is, they can bring Poch back. What's he going to do? The one thing I will say is, I suppose, if you are only ever going to compete for 4th spot, at least you want to have some 6-0 wins here and there.
Yeah, you want
to have a little bit of better football. I get it. Yeah. I get it. But at the same time, they have no history of winning anything. So why are they crying they're out the cups? They've got no history of competing for a title. So why are they crying they're not higher than 4th? What's the issue with them? Like, real talk,
I think it's the manner in terms of the league. I think they're pretty understanding. I think it's the cups. I think it's the manner in which they went out. Because like Conte, he played did he play? I think against Forest when they went out in one of the cups, he played a weaker side, and then he played the stronger side in the Premier League, and they got beat anyway. I think it's more so not targeting the cup competitions.
Same the way they've gone. They could have got all the way to the semi-final. They would have had Blackburn, Sheffield United in like. They could have potentially got all the way to the semi-final with the FA Cup, but at the same time, like they lost to Sheffield United in the League Cup, I think it was. Yeah, and they should be beating them anyway, even with a reserve team.
Yeah, they should, and that's where the issue lies with Spurs fans. They're like, how can we not get past Sheffield United, whether it's the first team or whether?
But what do they expect, bro? They've still got players there that were there 5 managers ago.
That's a valid point.
Like Eric Dyer at centre back.
Yeah, Eric Dyer is not here, and that comes down to the ownership and not wanting to go further and leave you. They don't invest. You mentioned it there with Conte. You know what you're getting, but with any manager, you have to spend money and invest. And they do invest.
Yeah, they do it. They've spent more in Premier League era than Arsenal. Do you know that?
Oh, gee, I didn't know that. Though.
Yeah, I was on the show with Terry the other week, and he brought up the table. They've only spent, I think, about 300 million in Premier League era, less than Man United.
That is crazy.
It's mad.
You know what their problem is? Why didn't they give any of that to Poch? That's what I don't understand. Why not give it to the manager who was
they went 500 odd days without signing a player.
They went what 3 days? There was like 3 windows, and then you get Mourinho and then give him the money. Why not give it to Poch, who helped you like finish third, who helped you get to a Champions League final? Why would you not give that to Poch? How do you get to a Champions League final? Someone correct me if I'm wrong, and not invest. I swear after that final they never actually went and signed anyone.
No, they didn't. For free transfer windows, they finished second to Chelsea in the league one season. Yeah, and then I think the following season they got Champions League final. But you know what's mad, right? Is even Poch, their greatest night in their football fan history, a lot of these people, was getting to that Champions League final.
Absolutely.
Right? And who scored the hat-trick in the semi-final? Lucas Moura. Yeah. What happened to Lucas Moura? Oh, he was on the bench in the final. But they all pretend that didn't happen. Yeah, they all sit there and scapegoat Lucas Moura. Oh, he's crap. He's got more trophies than Tottenham. Like, bro, he's got more than Thierry Henry.
That's crazy. I didn't know what he won. Where's he been before that? That he's got so many trophies.
I don't know all his trophies. He was at PSG. He won quite a lot of PSG, didn't he? Yeah, but he's won about 20 odd trophies. He's won more than their football club, bro. And they all sit there and scapegoat him and say, "Oh, get rid of him. Why is he still here? Why is he still?" Oh, he's there. He's a winner, mate. Yeah, and it's funny because all of these players, the managers that go there, don't win nothing. They all leave and win something somewhere else. Yeah. So I was on the show with Rance the other day. I didn't even know this. Yeah, Henry told me. Right? So I was on the show with Rance. I said, "Did you know Nuno Espirito Santo is top of Saudi league?" I didn't know that. I didn't know that, bro. His team beat Ronaldo's team to go top the other day. It's crazy, isn't it?
Is that where Nuno is? Well, I wonder why he went Saudi. I'm sure he had some offers from Europe. I wonder why. It's probably the money, actually.
Money, yeah. But mate, even in Ndombele. And Ndombele is walking a title in Serie A. Like, that's what I'm saying. But they spend money. The problem with them is they spend money on trash. Like like even back in the day when they got the Gareth Bale money, they went and bought Soldado for 26 million.
Yeah, Soldado. Did he not sign like 7-8 players? And then obviously
the only one that was any good out of them was Christian Eriksen.
Yeah, that was
like they go and do big money on crap. Like 40 million, Davinson Sanchez. Like, really? Like 50 million on Romero. I wouldn't say he's crap, but he ain't living up to 50 million price tag, is he?
Yeah, he's not. He's not rash. You know what I'm saying? As X says in it, rash like a pack of bacon. You know what I'm saying? Just hella rash.
You need a Rio Ferdinand-esque player next to him to just say, "Listen, mate, slow down. I'll sweep up all your mess. Yeah, but you can be a little bit aggressive, but rein it in a bit. Yeah, because he's a red card waiting to happen, that guy, man. Yeah, but they go and do dough on stupidness, mate. Like, it's ridiculous. And the biggest problem they have is Harry Kane. Yeah, because...
Talk about it. Why do you think the biggest problem is Harry Kane?
He's a world-class player, top draw footballer, man, and an elite goal scorer as well. But for me, they need to come away from this Son and Kane era. Yeah, like I said earlier about Cesc and Thierry Henry, get the ball. It's almost like we've got to give Harry the ball, got to give him the ball. We'll get rid of Harry Kane and go and get a different striker. Go and buy Ivan Toney or someone.
I want Ivan Toney at United. I'm a big fan.
I'll take him at Arsenal in a heartbeat, bro.
Yeah,
but get rid of him. Go and get rid of him. Go and get 100 mil for him, 80 mil for him. Go and buy a striker and then put the rest of the money towards a winger. Get rid of Son. Now you've got a decent winger or two wingers and you've got a decent striker. And now it's a totally different Tottenham. Yeah, the problem is they won't. Yeah, and they're always going to keep doing what they're doing, bro, until he retires.
Yeah, Serious unless so you don't see Kane moving. Do you think Kane stays at Spurs? You don't think someone like a Manchester United or someone else goes? You think he stays there?
I don't think he fits your system very well because he don't press. Like he don't press at all. Yeah, and he always tries to drop into midfield. Yeah, he's never been blessed with pace, but his vision's sick. His passing's underrated.
Yeah. I think he's a quality footballer.
The problem is you've got players that can do that in midfield, so you don't need him there. Yeah, you've got players that can. Bruno, as much as I don't particularly rate him highly, he can diagonal ball. You've got Eriksen.
He can hit a ball over the top. Eriksen can do it. Casemiro can do it.
Casemiro as well. You know, even Fred can do that. You don't need him in midfield. You need him to be in the box. Yeah, so I think the only club, because he ain't leaving England, he wants that record for Shearer. So I think the only club that is dumb enough,
I know what you're going to say,
not dumb enough, but to do 100 million on him is Chelsea. And he ain't going Chelsea.
I thought you was going to say Newcastle.
Nah, Newcastle won't spend that much money on him, man. Never.
Newcastle
their biggest signings this hack, yeah, and I don't see him doing another 70 on another or 80 on another player. I think they'll go and do little 50s and 60s or 50s and 40s. Yeah, I don't think so, man. And let's be real, why would he go to Newcastle when he like no disrespect?
Might be an option thing. That's not a disrespect thing in terms of one, like you mentioned, the record, and two, you probably have a better, even though Newcastle's record is not good in terms of like winning trophies. They did just reach a final. So it might be a question of there's nowhere else. Because I've said it, as good as Kane is, and I think he's quality, I think he's world-class, top footballer. His options aren't wide in terms of, he doesn't have many options in terms of the Premier League. Like Manchester United, yes, I won. Chelsea, they don't do business with. You lot, they ain't going to do business with. Liverpool already full. Who else is there? You know what I'm saying? Outside.
Exactly. Man City ain't going there. They got
Man City ain't. They got Haaland now. That ship is sailed. So when I look at it, it's like, and who can afford him is Newcastle. I'm not saying Newcastle, they definitely go and get him.
It does make sense in that sense, but I don't see how he has a better chance to win something at Newcastle right now than he does Tottenham. So I don't see Newcastle winning anything next season. Yeah, like they'll be in and around the mix again. Yeah, but I don't know, man. No, you may be right. Like I see him staying there. Yeah, and there's the other reason I see him staying there is he's a serial loser, bro. Like, as good as he is, he's a serial loser, and that club's ideal for him. Do you know what I mean? It is. It's ideal for him. Like, they don't win anything. He don't win anything. Like, bro, it's embarrassing for him, right? That he sits there and Yaya Sanogo has got more trophies in England than he has. Yeah, like, he must be sitting there embarrassed by that. Yeah, and if he ain't, then there you go, man. He's a serial loser, bro. His biggest moments in football have been bottling stuff.
Yeah. I'm talking about the penalties in the World Cup.
The penalty against France. The Champions League final ghosted. League Cup final ghosted. Yeah. Like, he ghosts every big moment. Like, yes, he'll turn up in big games against us, against you, against Man City, but ultimately it leads to nothing anyway, so it's irrelevant.
It's just all them
it's
goals.
A good moment at the time for you, but ultimately it didn't lead to winning anything. Yeah, so when you have got a chance to get your team into a final, you bottled it. Even the what's it called, the Euros, or was it the World Cup when we played Croatia? Yeah, it was
the World Cup the year before, not the last World Cup, the one before.
He bottled it, bro. He bottled it. Like Croatia, even in Croatia, he bottled it. Every big game, that guy bottles it. Yeah, but fantastic footballer, fantastic goal scorer. But when it really matters, he ain't got it.
Nah, you spot on. Like it is, and that's my reservations about
him being at Arsenal. We can get him a trophy worst ways, bro. We'll win something.
And that's where I'm at with it, where it's like I see the criticisms of Harry Kane, and he wouldn't be my first choice at Manchester United. However, would I take him for the right price? Absolutely. For all the things we've listed before that about his qualities. And he has the black marks. I have my reservations in terms of his big game mentality. Can you get a team over the line? But yeah, 100%. You don't turn down a player the quality of Harry Kane if the price is right, to me. That's just me, though. You lot continue to bump up the likes. Over 170 of you lot in the building. Let's get up to 100 likes, people. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're sharing this across all the socials still. Subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. Hit the notification bell when you do as well. And I know some of you lot are not getting notifications when the channel goes live on YouTube. So make sure you follow in on Twitter and Instagram. That's at Sarcasm City TV. The link's underneath in the description because I always post every time the channel goes live. So whether it's here on the YouTube or the Sarcasm City TV Twitch, because for whatever reason, YouTube doesn't want to put out notifications. Same. Make sure you so you have that same issue as well. Make sure you subscribe to the Lee's channel. Like I said, link is in the title as well. Continue to get your questions in. Bobby says, Lee, how far or how much can you compete in the Champions League next season? Do you need big investment to go again? It's a good question from Bobby.
That is a great question. We do need investment, man, because we've seen that this squad apparently is too thin. I mean, I don't know what that means. It's a thin squad. I was like, it's like when somebody says they got a high ceiling. Like, what are you chatting about? Like, you've just hyped the player up so much that now you think he's going to be a world-class player. Yeah. So then when he has a bad game, it's but he's got a high ceiling though, so he's still young. I get in the bin. Yeah, like seriously, Garnacho is the prime example of that. High ceiling, whatever. But we do need because obviously we do have a thin squad. We can't compete. We can't compete 2 games a week, apparently, mate, which is why we dumped all the cups. So for me, we need 11 players so we can go and compete in midweek.
Because when people say you got a thin squad, I think people talk about like the quality of it, but you should have got past Sporting.
Totally agree, man. I was fuming, mate. I was fuming. But no, I do think we need another goalkeeper because the backup ain't good enough. I think we need a right back. Tomiyasu ain't it. Yeah, Ben White's been brilliant. I think he's the best right back in the league at the moment. But I do think we need a proper backup to him. I think we need another centre back because Rob Holding just needs to be binned. 2 midfielders, so that's 6 players, and a striker.
No, that's fair.
Eddie ain't the guy, mate. So get rid of him. Yeah. So
you reckon you need a right winger to back up Saka as well?
Yeah, maybe. But although saying that, Trossard can play left.
He can play across
Martinelli right. Martinelli can play all of that front three. So that's not a main priority for me. But I think definitely defensive players and a strike midfielders. Definitely.
Yeah. No, fair. Where would you?
Can I grab a bottle of water? I'll be 1 second here. I can eat it.
Nah, take your time, man. It's all good. It's all good. You lot continue to get these questions in. Like I said, if you super chat, we'll get straight to it. We've gone over 6K. So again, salute to everyone who continues to support Sarcasm City TV specials. We've got one more coming up after this tonight as well, people. 6 p.m. Another Sarcasm City TV special. I'm going to try bring you one on Sunday, people. 110%. But Champions League, what is your minimum expectation? What round would you like to see Arsenal get to? Because obviously going from not being in a competition to winning it, that's very tough. But where would you like to see Arsenal get to at least?
Final.
You saying final? Okay.
Straight up. Final. Yeah, because I know what's going to happen, bro. We're going to get into this competition and we're going to get knocked out in the round of 16 or something. And everyone's going to go, oh, but it was the first season back in it. Well, what does that mean? Like, who cares? Like, genuinely, who cares? Like Jose Mourinho, first season in the Conference League, went and won it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so, and I know it's a different competition and he had one of the better teams, but he still got to win it. He's still in the Europa League off of the back of that, by the way. We're not. He beat Real Sociedad 3-0 on aggregate.
Well, he did. Yeah.
Didn't concede a goal. That team beat you, didn't they?
Yeah, Sociedad, they beat us in the first game, and then we beat them at their place. Yeah, but then they went through on what was that? I think it was goal difference or goal scored or some nonsense like that. Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah, they're third or fourth in La Liga. They had a great season.
Yeah, they're third or fourth in the Liga.
For him to go and beat them, fact and reality is, mate, I don't care if it's the first season back in there. Go and do what's required in the summer to make us compete for it.
So you're saying, if we're backed and invested, and Arteta has a squad that is capable not only to go compete in the Premier League and the domestic cups, go and compete in Europe as well. No, that's fair enough. Like I said, because I just want Manchester United to get back to just being one in that environment of knockout Champions League football where the pressure's so high and go win a Champions League tie, go win a round of 16, get through to a quarterfinal. And then once you get through to a quarterfinal, you may get a favorable draw. And then you obviously, because your quarterfinal and your semi-finals mapped up. And then if you do get a favorable draw, then maybe you can reach a final. 100%.
Yeah, look at Benfica, man. Benfica on that side with Inter and AC.
Yeah, Napoli. Yeah.
Yeah, that's doable. They can get all the way to the final. Napoli can get all the way to the final. Right. So
Napoli are looking at it.
AC or Inter can get there. And all of them teams are probably sitting there thinking, right, this is a great opportunity to get to the final.
That's a great side of the draw for them. In particular, Napoli. They probably couldn't believe their luck that Real Madrid, Chelsea, Manchester City, and Bayern Munich are all over the other side. Like 100%. That's what you would have wanted. They couldn't have dreamt that. They couldn't have rigged that draw any better than that. If they could have rigged that draw, that's what they would have done.
I still don't see Napoli winning it though.
I don't think they'll win it, no, but I think they'll reach the final. So who have you got getting to who's your 2 finalists and who do you have winning it? The Champions League.
I think Benfica are going to get to the final.
Okay, Benfica.
I just think they're going to get there, man. Like they're massively underrated as well, Benfica, man. Okay. Like, they're a huge football club, huge
massive football club.
So I think they'll get there. And I did say until Tuchel got the job at Bayern, I did say Man City will win it. Having said that, Tuchel is a problem.
The Tuchel factor. At Bayern, I said this.
That side of the draw is a bit difficult in it because it's Man City, Bayern, Real Madrid, Chelsea, and it's like, well, you can't rule out Madrid.
Like, they're my pick to win it all. You can't rule out
exactly. They turn up in that, bro. They're miles behind in the league. They might as well go for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
I think they got the second leg of the Copa del Rey this weekend as well.
I did not know
it's this weekend, or maybe it's in midweek. But they're 1-0 down to Barcelona in that. So if they get knocked out of that, they've literally only got Champions League. He might even get sacked if he gets knocked out of that. Like, that's the standards of Madrid. Like, but you can't rule out Chelsea either, bro.
You saying Chelsea got all right? So let's go there. Manchester City, Bayern. Who you got going through? Bear in mind, second leg is at the Allianz. Second leg is in Munich.
That is such a tough game. But I'm gonna say City. I'm gonna say City, and I think it'll end up with. I don't know, man. I'm gonna stay with what I said. I'm gonna say Man City to win it, the whole competition.
So you got City going through all
any
the way.
One of them 4 teams on that side of the draw. I would not rule out. I would not. Can you imagine if Chelsea win the Champions League after having the season they've had?
Yeah, with Graham Potter in charge. Oh my! Imagine Graham Potter Champions League winner.
Mudryk scores the winner in the final.
That'd be crazy. That would be nuts.
That would be insane.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what? Let's have it right here. Yeah, let's be real. Yeah, they got knocked out on goal difference to Madrid last season. They come the closest to knocking Madrid out of any team in it last season.
Yeah, because it was like a goal. Yeah, it was literally, it was one goal, something like that. Yeah. All right, so Real Madrid, Chelsea, who you got going through? Because you've got City obviously getting through to the
I'm gonna say Madrid, but
so you got Madrid.
You can make a case for all 4 of the teams on that side to go through. But yeah, I'd say Real Madrid against Man City, and then I think Man City are doing, and then Man City Benfica final, and Man City win it.
So
I'm going to stick with Man City.
Yeah, Man City. I hope that don't happen. I don't need Manchester City winning the Champions League. Absolutely not. But it could. They are capable, 110%. Even though I do have Bayern Munich beating them because of the Tuchel factor. Tuchel, I look at it and go, yeah, Tuchel, you have to play. And over the other side, you've already said Benfica get to the final, so you got Benfica getting past Inter. I'm presuming you'll have Napoli getting past AC Milan as well.
Yeah.
So it'd be
yeah.
All right, so I bet a Napoli Benfica semi-final and Benfica.
Yeah, and then I think Benfica will beat them.
Okay.
Benfica Man City final. That'd be a good final, to be fair.
As long as Benfica
they're 2 totally opposites, like. But Benfica are a very good team, man. Like the only thing I'll say is like, do they like? Because I think they're top of their league as well. Yeah, I'm not sure how many points.
I'm going to check now.
I think they're top of their league, so it all depends on leagues as well. I mean, Real Madrid and Chelsea, they've got nothing really. I know they've got the Copa del Rey, but Chelsea ain't got nothing. Champions League or bust.
Oh yeah, it's Champions League or bust for them. Look, Benfica are currently, they're 10 points clear.
Well, there you go.
In the Portuguese league.
Yeah, they've won the league then, let's be real.
25 games played. Yeah.
Napoli have won the league, so they can chill. They can relax in the league a little bit. So that gives them a bit of an upper hand. Bayern Munich and Man City have still got to play their best teams in every competition because they're both going for trebles.
Yeah, both on for trebles.
So then AC and Inter, I don't know, man. Like AC Milan ain't having a great season. I think
they're not a good side. Neither of those two are good sides. I've watched enough of them where I go, you lot are no danger whatsoever. I think
imagine one of them shit houses their way to a final. Can you imagine?
I was hoping it's not against City, man. You know what I'm saying? I need City out.
Back now, man. Ibra scored the other day. He's back.
Is Ibra back? Maybe Ibra going to try win the champs.
Bro, he's the same age as me. He's 40 years old, man. It's mad how he's still going and still smashing goals for fun as well. Top player, man.
Yeah, he is absolutely. He is absolutely top player. Speaking of top players, obviously we mentioned him already, and he's been a topic of conversation. I don't know where it started, but Bukayo Saka. So, is he world class? That's been the question that's been asked. What's your opinion on it? Is he world class?
I heard you, Rance and Aaron talking about this. I watched it today. It popped up on YouTube. Yeah, but in my opinion, this is gonna rattle a few people. I can't.
That's cool. That's all good.
Based off of what we see in front of us week in, week out, in the footballing world, he probably is world class because the standard of world class now is it's night and day from what it was 20, 30 years ago. So in comparison to players in that position or them position, I heard you guys talking about Arjen Robben and stuff like that. Yeah, and in comparison to them players, he ain't nowhere near.
Yeah, because we were saying at that point when Robin was 21, he wasn't considered world class at that point. Yeah, and he wasn't. Yeah. But yeah,
if what we're witnessing now, can you name a better right winger on the planet? Because I can't.
No, he's quality.
So on that basis, he gets into every team on the planet in the right wing position. So in my opinion, that makes him world class.
That's fair. And that's your metric on it, which I understand, because everyone's that's one thing people don't realize. There's no one. If there was one criteria for world class, then this conversation is much easier. But everyone's is different.
I think doing it in a team in a league that's considered the hardest league.
Yeah,
like he's got double digits. Not that I'm an assists type of guy. I can't stand that metric.
Yeah, I know you don't like that. I know you don't like that stuff.
Bro, Maddison got an assist for Saka's goal against for England against Ukraine the other night. I mean, come on, he slapped it from 20 yards top bins. Like, come on, it was a 3-yard pass. It's mad. Even the statue of Henry outside the ground, bro. Yeah, even the whole length of the pitch against Tottenham, Patrick Vieira got the assist. Come on, these assist stats are not good, mate. But if you look at he's doing it in the hardest league that everyone wants to play in, the most exciting, the hardest, and all of that. And he is doing it week in, week out, which he pretty much is. And it's very rare you see him have a stinker. He might be in and out of the game. Yeah, but it's very rare that the ball will come out to him and it bounce off him and go for a throw. Then the next time the ball comes, he trips over it. Or the next time he just passes it to no one. It's very rare you see that happen for a whole game. Like against Palace the other week, first 25 minutes of that game, he was winding me up. Yeah, because he gave the ball away about 5-6 times. Yeah.
Okay.
And he was getting thrown on the floor. And I was like, he needs to fix up real quick. Yeah. But then we get the goal, Martinelli, which, by the way, he got an assist for as well, which was ridiculous. Yeah, because it weren't passing to Martinelli, bro. Yeah. It was not passing to Martinelli. And Martinelli spun, turned, bang. It just literally landed at Martinelli after going through the whole box. Yeah.
Yeah.
But after that, he was unbelievably good. Yeah. So I'd say if I was to rate him consistently per game average this season, I'd give him probably a 7 or an 8, like consistently 7 and 8 every week. But now you look at that, he's doing it in that league, the hardest league. Now you look, will he get into every team on the planet at right wing? Yeah, I think he would. Yeah,
much I'm trying to think. Yeah, probably. Chat let us know though.
Yeah, has he got better every year for the last 3 years? Yeah, he has. So on that basis, I think in this era of world class, which is like night and day from the previous eras, the ones we grew up on, the top ballers. Yeah, I think he is probably world class. But in terms of comparing him to the greats of the game, he's nowhere fucking near that level.
Yeah, he's still got levels to go. Because how old is Saka? What is he? 21. 21. Yeah, so he's still got levels to go. And you mentioned when we was talking, when myself and Rance and Aaron was talking about it, and I was stating this, one, how the criteria for everyone's different, and two, there is a difference between being a world-class player and being a world-class form. And one thing I will say, you were talking about
Giggsy, that's how it came up, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the Giggs situation.
Then, R9. Yeah, and you're right with what you guys were saying, because when we were sat there watching these ballers, bro, we weren't sitting there. The term world class wasn't even out there. Like nobody was talking that.
I was just like, yo, baller, cold.
Yeah, absolute doms. Yeah, but nobody was sitting there going, oh, he's world class. He's world class. Look how many assists he's got. Nobody give a shit about assists back then because they weren't a thing.
What's the thing?
Mate, it's
and
mad.
That's legit it. Yeah, and that's how I look at it in terms of there's a difference between being a world class player and being in world class form. Saka currently, no doubt about it, to me, is in world class form. In terms of world class, if he keeps up this form from now till the end of the season and then throughout the majority of next season, that's when I go, all right, you are him. Because what will happen is, and you mentioned it in regards to ceilings, if he falls off towards the back end of this season or next season, he's poor, guess what it will be? Oh, he's fell off, he's terrible, overrated. It's like, no, he's 21. He's going to go through ebbs and flows, but we're going to see how good he is, 110%. Plus, next season, he also will be in the Champions League, and we're going to measure him in that. And if he continues to do bits in the Premier League and he does very well in the Champions League, and when I say that, I'm not even talking about winning it, people. I'm just saying impact.
Just performances,
Just performances, impact. We've seen
even Mbappe, if the team are doing bad, he's playing well.
He's playing well. Yeah. You are the go-to guy. We've seen Mbappe lose a World Cup final and his stock went up. That's the crazy part.
Mad.
He lost the final and his stock went up.
Bro, that final, man, that's got to be one of the best games of football I've ever watched.
Yes. The intensity, because I was criticizing Mbappe at the time. I'm on the watch along going, yo, you need to turn up. And guess what he did? Turned up. You got to give him full credit. He turned up and did the business. And even
and the
though
thing
they
is, he
fell
was
short,
doing it against one of well, for me, he's the greatest, Messi. He's doing it, and they both play for the same club. Yeah, and it's like, I'm the top boy here, and Messi's going, I'm the top boy here, mate. No, I'm the top. Now I've got another one. Now you get another throw. It's almost like, you know when you and your mates are like whatever it may be, really competitive, yeah, like playing dominoes or playing chess or something, yeah. It's like, no, I'm beating you, and you're like, shut up, man, I'm beating you. That was what that final was like. Messi was like, yeah, I'm the boss. And he's going, no, I'm coming for you, mate. Like, and it was, but they brought each other up in that game massively. Yes. Like, but that's what you want to see, though. It's the same with Messi and Ronaldo. I don't rate Ronaldo like a lot of people do. Like, I rate the output. Yeah, well done. To score that many goals, like, bro, ridiculous. Like, people are talking about Haaland's going to catch these records. No, he ain't. Like, I see somebody the other day saying Haaland can break the 91 in a calendar year. He plays for fucking Norway, mate. Yeah, it's like, what are you talking about? Like, he's not going to get to major tournaments.
Them man made it. Them man, because they scored, Messi and Ronaldo scored so many goals at such a high rate. It made like normal. Like before, if you scored 30 goals in a league season, you was on point. If you scored 30, 35, 40 goals in a season overall, you was considered, you're that guy. Now, if Messi or Ronaldo in their prime scored 30 or 40 goals, we're like, what happened? I'm saying that's not normal, though, people. Bro, if Ronaldo or Messi scored 30 goals in a season, we look at them and go, yeah, you had a bad season, which is crazy.
Haaland no one else score, I think, 50 goals a season for the next 17 years to catch him up. Like, it's insane levels, bro. And every single week in La Liga then was just wow. Yeah, it was like, I remember you'd watch games, and Real Madrid would play, and then straight after Barca would be playing, And Ronaldo would go out and score 3. Messi would go, I'm scoring 3. Ronaldo would score 4. Messi's scoring 4. Yeah, and it was like, but they pushed each other. And that's why I rate Ronaldo, because he ain't anywhere near Messi's level. Yeah, but he's in the conversation because of the output.
Yeah, because of what he did, 100%.
And what he's achieved. Yeah, he's in that conversation because you can't win all of them trophies and have that output and not be considered in that. But for me, he's a shit footballer. Yeah, but he's an elite level goal scorer. And that's the same with Erling Haaland. Yeah, Erling Haaland. You
don't rate him as a baller, but you think he's an elite goal scorer.
But bro, he's taking the piss out of this league, man. Like 28 goals in 26 games in the Premier League. Like, what are you? He's literally 2 behind Thierry Henry's best ever record in the Premier League.
That's great. Like, it's in April. It's March. It's March, bro, even April.
Behind Andy Cole and Shearer's record. Like, it's mental. And back then, I think the league was more teams, wasn't it?
Like, because at points it was 24. They cut it. Was it 24 or 22? Teams. And then they cut it to 20 eventually. Now, 100%, you right. That's
it's a joke. But to be considered world class now, there is so many different metrics to analyze on, man. But I think he's in this era, which I think is the worst era I've seen of football, by the way. Yeah, I do think he is world class. Yeah,
no, that's fair.
Like you said, the Champions League is going to be that.
We're going to see like how, because we've seen players who we consider top class and world class do well domestically. And then they've gone into the Champions League and they haven't been the same. You mentioned it there with Ronaldo. The fact that sets him aside is that he helped his team win 4 and 5. And that they won 3 in a row. No top team in the Champions League, but since it got revamped into the Champions League, retained that. He helped his team win 3 in a row. And he was the guy. Like, we know this when it came to knockout time.
Was it Juve and Atleti beat him? And then Simeone was grabbing his cojones. And then it was like, let's talk next week. Let's talk next week. Let's talk next week. And then he went and slapped a hat-trick, didn't he, and beat him. Yeah, and then he grabbed his. Like, that's the levels, bro, that we're dealing with. Like, these players, they thrive on that. You know, they thrive on, like, I'm doing it, and I'm going to do it. You want to say I can't do it? I'm doing it. I'm going to do it better than everyone. Yeah, and you have to rate that. Even though I don't rate him as a very good footballer, you have to rate his mentality, man. Like, that's just mad to score that many goals in big games, man. Like,
all the time.
Ridiculous.
So many Champions League knockout ties he scored in, like finals, semi-finals, in particular semi-finals and quarterfinals. The amount of goals he scored in knockout ties and winners as well. And like you said, mentioning there, scoring hat-tricks when your team needs you. And he did that so many times for Real Madrid, where he'd score a brace when they were down or he'd get the winning goal. Even during Manchester United raid, he did that. He helped us get to the mountaintop as well. Like, people forget that. Dennis, we kind of already did go over this.
Young player and PFA player of the year, 2008.
That's crazy.
Didn't he win a Ballon d'Or while he was playing for United?
Yeah, he did. He won the Ballon d'Or, I think, in 08. Yeah.
Maybe it was the same season. Yeah, I think he got young player, PFA player, and Ballon d'Or in that season. People forget he got a Ballon d'Or at Man U, man.
Yeah, different level. Big up to Midway as well for the super chat. He just said big up, much appreciated.
Yeah, come on.
Much love, man, every single time. We kind of already answered this, but I'll get Lee to answer it again. Then it says, question to Lee, do you want Arteta sacked if he bottled the league? If I was an Arsenal fan, I would.
It kind of depends how he bottles it. And 8 points clear. Well, let's say it's 5 because they're going to beat West Ham. Let's be real. Man City are beating West Ham. Yeah. And that would bring it down to 5. And I said this on the show with Terry, I said, if we end up 6 points or more behind the title, sack him.
Fair.
Yeah, sack him.
That's fair.
6 points, because we were 8 in January clear. We were 8 clear. Yeah, so if we end up, that's a 14-point swing. If it's 6 points,
6 points behind, or more. Yeah. No, that's fair enough.
It depends how we bottle it. Like, people like Saliba's out this weekend. Like Thomas Partey didn't play for Ghana the other night, but he was in training this week. So, there is factors there, but at the same time, it'll be mad. I'll be fuming if we don't win it.
Yeah, of course, and rightfully so.
After throwing the cups away, man, I'll be fuming. But I don't know. It depends how many points. Like if we finish 2 points or 1 point or 4 points, and say okay, fair enough. Yeah. But having said that, Man City, I've still got all these competitions to play. So it's like, well, we only had 1 game a week for most of the season because we bottled all the cups. We should like I don't. It's a tough one because
it's a tough question.
Ancelotti's going to be available. Simeone's going to be available. Like Conte's available. Like there's loads of big name managers that are available this summer, bro. I wanted Don Carlo at Arsenal when Wenger went and when Emery went.
Yeah, I wanted Ancelotti when he was at Everton. I was like, why don't we just go get Ancelotti? Happy that we got Ten Hag now.
But you'd have Man United fans saying to you, but look at what he did at Napoli. He didn't win anything. Yeah. And what did he do at Everton? He left Everton. Then he went to Madrid, won the league, the Champions League, and the World
exactly.
Cup.
Yes, exactly. When I won the Champions League, yes, you know what I'm saying with it. And this is Ancelotti like in terms of like he's clocked the game. He's just in like not retirement mode, but he's in I've done this before. Now all the stuff he's doing now is just adding extra. His legacy is already cemented. He already sits at the GOAT table when it comes to managers. That's why I wanted it, and he could win it again. That's the crazy part.
He might still win it again.
He could win it
again.
Either
way, he's sacked at the end of the season. Well, he won't be sacked. They won't renew his contract, so it'll be leaving. They won't. But if he loses to Barcelona on this weekend or whenever it is, they've got him in the Copa del Rey. I think it's tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow night.
I'm gonna have a look.
I may be wrong. So for some reason, I'm thinking the 4th of April.
No, so it's Wednesday, the 5th of April, second leg, like you said.
They're 1-0 down.
I might try to watch that still.
I watch a lot of La Liga, man. Okay. They've been shocking this season. They've been shocking.
Isn't that bad you can tell by when they're
crap, bro. They're 12 points behind, I think.
Yeah, like it's crazy.
They lost the El Clasico the other night in stoppage time. They've been mad shit this season, bro. But in that Champions League, you just can never rule them out, man, because for some reason, I don't know what sparks in their brain, but they literally turn into the GOAT team when they're in that competition.
So different, 100%.
But yeah, either way, he ain't going to be there at the end of the season, man. And if he does lose that game in embarrassing fashion, like 2 or 3 goals, don't score, like poor performances, then he might even be sacked. Yeah, I would personally sack him until that Chelsea game and see what happens.
Yeah, facts. I'd see like if you're on for a Champions League and he's just won it the year before in a rebuild, why would you not keep that manager? 100%. Like, why would you not? And big up again, Midway, for the super chat. He says, Ancelotti said he's retiring after Madrid. I heard. It wouldn't surprise me. I've heard that. I've heard he's retiring. I've heard he's been linked with the Brazil job. Yeah, I was going to say that, the Brazil job as well. But Ancelotti, I've said it's like when you play GTA, and you've clocked the game and just running around doing side missions. That's what Ancelotti's on. That's what he's on. He's legit. Like, I've done this.
He's just collecting a couple more trophies, man. Yes. I'll have a few more. Yeah.
A few more trophies. Like, that's it. Like, no one ain't looking at Ancelotti with you. He has nothing to prove. Even if they were to go out to Chelsea, yes, it'd be disappointing. But no one would be like, oh, Ancelotti's such a scrub, bro. Like, he legit just won it last year.
How many Champions Leagues has he won?
I think it's 5. I think he's the top. I think it's either 4 or 5. Let us know in the chat, please, people. How many Champions Leagues he's won.
I know he was the first to do it at 3 different clubs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ridiculous.
But mate, he's done it in 5 different leagues as well.
All the top leagues he's done it in. That's the crazy part.
Won a title in all 5 leagues. That's insane.
Yeah. He is.
Mad, isn't it?
Have a look. Yeah, Ancelotti is ridiculous. Like his level, like is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, but I think it's like 5 champs. I think it is, or something like that. It is.
That's crazy, man.
Like that's it.
If he's not considered the best, then he's definitely on the table.
Oh yeah, he definitely sits at the table. If someone was to turn around and say, yeah, he's the best.
4 Champions Leagues he's won. 4 Champions Leagues. That's insane.
You got two with AC.
One
with Real Madrid.
Two,
and then let's see. Yeah, that's the 4.
Yeah,
2 with AC, 2 with Real Madrid, and he's gone there and won it like at the hardest place. He's won it with the 2 clubs that have won it the most. Like, you know, the pressure you're under at Real Madrid and AC Milan to go pick up Champions League.
Especially AC back then. Yeah, man. Yeah. Like, literally. Yeah, crazy, man. Yeah, if he ain't considered the GOAT, then he's definitely sat on the table with Fergie. Because for me, Fergie's the best I've ever seen. Yeah, but he's up there.
He's definitely up there. Without doubt. Christian's asking this as well. He mentioned this. Would you stick with Trossard at the 9 versus Leeds? And yeah, what would your front 3 be? Because I did see him asking. So against
man.
Leeds, what would be your front 3?
Possibly, but I don't know. Jesus is back, man. Okay, I don't know. Maybe because none of our Brazilians went on international duty, which was a result. So none of them went. I don't know whether that was pre-planned. I don't know if they had a game or not. I don't know, but yeah, I'd go Jesus, Saka, Martinelli, and then second half take Jesus off, rest him up for Liverpool, and bring Trossard on.
First, 100%. That's fair enough. And what we're going to do, actually, because you do have 10 games left, get your predictions for these 10 games as well and see where you'll end up. So Leeds, you've already said you're going to beat Leeds tomorrow, 110%.
Yep.
Liverpool away, win, lose, or draw.
Win.
Okay. West Ham
away. First time in about 10 years, but
Seriously, it's been a long time since you lot won that. Yeah, West Ham away.
Win.
Okay. Southampton at home.
Easy win.
All right. Man City away.
Loss.
Chelsea at home.
Win.
Newcastle away.
Draw.
Brighton at home.
Win.
Game. Win. Okay. Forest away.
Win.
And then Wolves at home.
Win.
All right. So you've got 8. So you got 8 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw in there as well. First. So with that, you probably win the league.
That means we drop 5 points.
Yeah.
Which means that if that works out their game. Yeah, and Man City win all of their games. It comes to goal difference.
So you basically, Leeds got Arsenal winning the league title on goal difference. Bear in mind, the current goal difference is Arsenal at plus 40, Manchester City at plus 42. So how many goals is scored? So you have Arsenal. You heard it here first, people. League Owner has Arsenal winning the league title on goal difference.
If Man City win all their games, but I don't know,
if Man City win all their games. Yeah, that's true. Man City win all their games.
It's hard to predict the results, though, man.
Yeah, it's very tough.
If I could do that, bro, I wouldn't be doing YouTube.
Yeah, facts. Be a fortune teller because I'm looking here at City's games. Obviously, Liverpool at home won't be easy. Southampton away, you would expect them to do the business. Leicester at home also. They still got the Brighton away game, which will be tough to be rearranged because both sides are in the FA Cup semi-final. Obviously, you lot at home. Fulham away ain't going to be easy. Then they got West Ham, Leeds both at home. Everton away won't be easy. And then they got Brentford away the last day.
They've got a couple of toughies, didn't they? Yeah,
they got a couple of tough games, and that's excluding Champions League. If they do get past Bayern Munich, that's also excluding the FA Cup
final.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very
I just
interesting.
hope we do it, bro. My summer's going to be mad if we do that.
What's your plan? Because people have been asking in it. See, because Lil Tim said, how will your day go when we lift the Premier League title? What plan have you got?
I'll probably cry. I mean, all that release of all that anger inside me has finally gone that we've won another title. Like, yeah, I'd be mad, bro. I'll be partying, man. I'll be partying. I said on the stream the other day, a couple of weeks ago, I looked at a bottle of Cristal, like from 2004 bottle. Yeah, because that's the last time we won the league, isn't it? Yeah, but mate, I'm having mad dramas with it because it won't ship to Spain. Yeah, it's like 400 fucking euros here, 420 euros, and it ain't shit. It won't ship to Spain. So I've got to find another route because I wanted a bottle of champagne on the stream against Wolves. Right? So I popped that 04 bottle open. Yeah. And then these goats behind me will be replaced with the current because I've got another
guys. One. Yeah.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Have I got it? There we go. We've already got it. Tierney might not be there next season, but yeah, man. I'll have to change him for Trossard or someone.
Yeah, switch that around. What you can do is ship the bottle to somebody in the UK and then get them to send it to you. You know what I'm saying?
The problem is you get import tax in Spain. Like, mate, it's long. Yeah, it's long. I had something shipped when I first moved here. No, it was when I first moved into this apartment 2 years ago. Yeah, and they shipped it, and they wanted more money to get it into the country than it was worth.
Yeah, that's fuckeries, man.
So I just fucking said, no, send it back.
Yeah, they take your liberties with the import.
Yeah, so it's difficult, but worst way is it end up being a bottle of Dom Perignon or something. But I wanted that Cristal 04, bro.
Nah, Cristal 04 makes sense because one is Cristal and two, like you mentioned, because it's 04. That would make perfect.
And then I was like, I'm going to buy a nice cigar. I don't smoke cigars, so I don't know any decent cigar brand, but I wanted to get a nice cigar. Yes, light up that cigar, sip on the champagne, sit there having a party, and my stream will be lit because I'll have all these idiots that have trolled me for years and years and years saying, you're wrong, he won the league. So then
you're going to be there celebrating? You know what I'm saying? Idiots.
Yeah,
you're not going to be there celebrating,
bro. They'll be coming for me, bro. This is how it works, Like, first thing in their head will be, right, we've won the league, right, let me go on league on the stream. Yeah, that's what they do, bro. Every time we win a game, they're in my chat. I don't see them when we lose games, but
that's so stupid. Like, you're an Arsenal fan, so you're going to go try troll an Arsenal fan about Arsenal winning the league. Like, you aren't going to be happy. You legit just said you could crack.
Bro, I get told all the time, you're a Spurs fan. I'm like, mate, you lot are more suited to Spurs because you lot are happy not winning anything. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? It's mad.
Facts. 100%.
Yeah, you're a glory hunter. Well, yeah, because I like glory.
Yeah, you don't like glory. You know what I'm saying? And why would you be a glory hunter of Arsenal and you haven't won a major trophy in so long?
I've seen Arsenal win 17 trophies.
Yeah.
17. Including 5 league titles, bro. Yeah, and the funny thing for me is, like I've been asking for Arsenal to win title, go and compete for a title, I've been saying this from AFTV days, like 8 years ago. Yeah, so my standards have always been up here, and now we're competing for a title. Look how happy every Arsenal fan is. So why did you get on my case when I've been saying this is what we want to be doing, this is what we should be doing, and look how happy everyone is because there's a lot of fans that have never seen us win a league. Yeah,
over the goddamn moon. That's a legit.
Mate, if we win it, man, I'll have the champagne, the cigar, and I'll probably be mash up by the end of that.
Of course, you're gonna be mash up, 100%.
But then my summer's complete, man. Every beach in Andalusia is getting hit up. Yeah, I'll order some merch. Yeah, even I've got the merch on now. I ain't ordered nothing for about 18 months off of that club website, mate. Yeah, this is all old stuff. Yeah, this is 1989 Anfield 89.
Oh, geez, yeah, that's taking it back.
Yeah, it's got a big 89 on the back. Yeah, it's got a nice little, man. So yeah, I'll have to invest in some merch. I'll go and sit on the beach. And,
enjoy yourself, man.
I've been told I'm a flip-flop all season because I'm enjoying Arsenal being top and I shouldn't be enjoying it because I was negative about it. And I'm like, mate, what are you talking about? So now, every time I go to the beach, I'm just going to hashtag flip-flop.
yeah. Hashtag flip-flop.
Last year, nice. I was in the mud. Yeah, I was in the mud last year. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so all my summer Instagram posts were hashtag in the mud. This year it's hashtag flip-flop. Well, bro, I've literally got less than 60 days of work. Like upload all summer. Yeah, I'm not streaming. Yeah, that's what I do in the summer, man. I just because it's so intense. Yeah, like man, streaming twice a day and then doing other people's channels. Like today, I'm doing after this, I'm on with Rants in 50 minutes. Then straight after that, I'm on with Henry. I need to record a video for the second channel for tomorrow. I've already dropped a video on the second channel. So it's like 33 degrees outside and I've sat indoors all day.
Yeah, you definitely take a break, 100%. And see, people, when you say, oh, why do you work so hard? Because you see man like Lee Gunner with his platform and how far he's done. You see all the work he's putting in. That's why I do.
Work hard, man. Like,
you got to just keep on. And that's where it's people like that, stuff like that inspires me. So when people say, oh, why do you work so hard and do something? Look at all you just named. You could easily rest on your laurels and chill and be like, look at my massive platform, massive name I have, but you still striving and pushing for further.
Yeah, no, 100%. I want my second channel bigger than my first channel.
Respect it highly.
I want that bigger than the first, because my main channel, it always grows slower than some of the others because of the way I call the club out and have done for years. Yeah, like I've had that main channel for 4.5 years nearly.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's nearly on 80k. Yeah, but if I was ultra toxic positive about everything, it'd probably be on about 800k.
Oh yeah, of course.
Do you know what I'm saying? So that's always going to go slower than I get a lot of views, like obviously, but the sub rate will go slower. But my views are about 1 million every month, roughly.
There we go. That's the level I'm trying to strive to. I respect.
I want that second channel on it, man. Like that second channel. I put a video out earlier about Mason Greenwood. Yeah. Let's see what else on. I'll put that out.
You lot, make sure you go check that out because somebody mentioned it in the chat as well as Lee Gunner Reacts, right?
Lee Reacts.
Oh, Lee Reacts, sorry.
Yeah,
Make sure you
Lee
go
Reacts.
subscribe to the channel. Hey, one of the mods or one of the Rat Army, can you please drop Lee's second channel in the chat, please? You know what I'm saying? Drop the link there so people can also go and subscribe to that channel as
But
well.
It's not just about football either, that channel.
Yeah, it's beyond that.
Yeah, it's just a reaction channel. Whatever's topical. Tomorrow, the video will be about Noel Clark. Yeah, I did a video about Oasis maybe getting back together the other day. I did about Fury. I've done a fight, one about AJ. AJ's fighting tomorrow. Not many people know
you
that.
a boxing fan? I did not even know that.
Man. Yeah,
we got to talk. I had no idea you was a boxing fan. I'm
not like totally deep invested like I am football, but I'm not casual boxing either.
I'm not completely totally invested, but I'm more than a casual. Like I can tell you the difference, like in weight classes and what's going on. Like that.
I'm definitely a casual MMA fan. I only watch MMA when Oliver invites me on his channel. But yeah, boxing. I'm a little bit clued up on it. If I was to rate myself out of 10 for knowledge of boxing. Yeah, I'd probably put myself at about 3.
Right, first.
Yeah.
First.
But I'm talking about knowledge in terms of the history and everything.
Oh, yeah. It's not the history. I can do the present. You know what I'm saying? So I can bring when people are like, oh, what's such and such going on, like in terms of negotiations and break it down and stuff. Like, if I was rating myself on knowledge, I'd probably say about a 4 or 5. Like, it's really not that. But it's
I do like boxing, man. I'll be watching that AJ fight tomorrow, definitely.
Yeah, AJ Franklin it is. Because I had a boxing show on here. I want to bring it back. That's what it is. That is weird that you mentioned that 100%. So
man. Yeah, I do like boxing, man. Yeah, but that channel is about everything, man. Right? Anything and everything. Whatever's topical and trending, not just sport, but it could be anything.
Anything.
Yeah, like I said, I'm putting a video out tomorrow about Noel Clark, who's been cancelled from everywhere, and hasn't got a film or TV production company anymore, ain't got nothing, all of his stuff. And anyone who don't know who Noel Clark is, you obviously haven't watched Kidulthood and
Adulthood. What's the other show called as well? Or
the show on Sky.
What was it quality called, as well?
It's on the tip of my tongue. It's gone.
It's completely lost. Oh, it's like banging. That show is fire as well. I used to watch.
Yeah, and they cancelled the last episode of it. What was it fucking called, man? That's going to jar me.
What's it called?
Somebody in the chat may know, but
someone in the chat
cancelled. Yeah, he's done loads of stuff. It's all been cancelled, taken off, or had his name taken out of the credits and all of that stuff. Yeah. Mad, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all crazy. 1 second. Let me see that show. Bulletproof.
He was on Doctor Who as well. Yeah, you're right. But this is like a BAFTA award winner, man. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Bulletproof. That's what it's called. The show.
Bulletproof. Thank you.
Bulletproof. Ed, talking about the one with that.
If I didn't know that, man.
That's why I had to Google that quick. Bulletproof is fine. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Victor put that in the chat as well. Lee React. So make sure you go subscribe to the channel there. Subscribe to Lee's channel. The link's in the title. Still over 160 of you lot locked in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel here as well. Quick subscriber check, because you lot been subscribing while we've been talking as well. So big up to you lot. Girls up, cause girls to 6,050 people. We're at 6,038. Over 160 of you lot, because we are gonna close out very.
Yeah, man. Go and check all the videos out. You've had Troops and Rants on recently as well, right?
Yeah. Troops Rants on a couple of days ago, and then Troops before that on the specials. So yeah, make sure you check out the specials, people. And I got one coming up at 6 as well in it. Obviously, always the biggest and best content creators as well, people. Before you go, though, Lee, the other side of the table, who do you think's getting relegated? Because it's very close at the bottom of the table. And from Southampton in 20th to Crystal Palace in 12th, there's literally 4 points between them. So 4 points between 8 teams. What 3 teams do you think are going down?
Southampton are doomed. Yeah. In my opinion, I think they're gone.
Yeah, bro. I think Southampton are gone as well. Yeah.
This is what happens when you keep trying to buy cheap players and sell them on for a massive fee. Eventually, you run out of finding cheap gems.
Yeah.
You don't invest your money, so now you're done. Brighton have got this coming to them, by the way. Yeah, if they don't invest their money and they can't find gems anymore, they end up relegated. Yeah, so they need to fix up and look at Southampton as the example. But they're gone. I think Bournemouth will go, and kind of toying between Wolves and Everton.
You reckon Everton, even with Sean Dash?
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of on. I'm going to stick with Wolves. They don't score enough goals.
I'm looking here, yeah, because they are, in terms of goals, 22. You know what I'm saying? 22. But that being said, Palace also only got. Make sure that's right. Yeah, Palace, they've only scored 22 goals as well, and then you got Everton 22 goals, Forest 22 goals as well, and then Bournemouth, you said. They've only scored 25. And then West Ham, even them, it's only 24. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. 100%.
Yeah, man.
So it's
if Everton get relegated, if Everton go, they're doomed forever, mate.
Why you reckon? Because the amount of money.
Yeah, mate, they're doomed. Like, if they get relegated, they're gone. Yeah, for a long, long time. They've got a new stadium being built. Like, they're looking at getting points deducted, which is ironic as well, right? Because Burnley and Leeds grassed them up for overspending or something, right? But it was Burnley when Dyche was the manager, and now he's their manager.
See how things work. See how things go full circle. It's crazy how things go full circle. That is nuts. That I didn't know that either. I did not know that. That is nuts. So you've got Southampton, you've got Bournemouth, and then you've got Wolves or Everton going down. No, that's fair.
Yeah, I'll stay with Wolves. I like Dyche. I think he's a decent manager.
Yeah, I like Dyche as well. Like you know what you are getting with Dyche, like 100%.
I met Sean Dyche at a barbecue, man.
What was he like? Was he like? I bet he's just cool. I bet he was like that.
Sound.
Yeah.
Like my daughter's mum, her old man is mates with him.
Oh, see, I did not know that.
Yeah, their kids used because he's obviously left and got with another woman, had a kid. Their kids played together in a football team. Yeah, he lives in Northamptonshire, or lived in Northamptonshire. But yeah, I've been to a barbecue. Fucking not his house, but fucking mate, this house. It was ridiculous. Yeah, the garden, just went on and on and on and on, bro. Like literally, like the guy who owned the gaff, can't remember the guy's name, but multi-millionaire. Yeah, multi-millionaire. The fucking gaff was insane. But yeah, I met him at a barbecue there. Yeah, and I walked out, I was like, that's fucking Sean Dyche. But it was when it was like the first year or so of Burnley. Yeah, and mate, he stood up to shake my hand. It's fucking huge, mate.
Oh,
he's a big lad, mate. Yeah, his hands are like shovels. I was like, come on back, mate. Yeah, we sat there for hours and hours, all of us there. Fuck, mate, he's sound as
just
fuck.
Chilling, just talking. Everyone's nice guy, like, he seems like that character. He does. And big up to Starlord as well, who says big up for absolutely everyone. He's been a member of the channel for 2 months. Don't forget the membership link for the membership is in the pinned comment, people. Link for the membership in the pinned comment. Check it out. Big up to Stephanie as well, who says congrats, Flawless, on the 6K. Big up to all of you lot who continue to support as well. Lee, anything else you want to add in regards to Arsenal or anything else Premier League? Anyone you want to take shots at, like at Chelsea or anything? The floor is yours.
Well, I've done my shots at Tottenham.
yeah. You got to that. I knew you was going to get to the Tottenham,
mate. No, I'm good, man. Yeah, like, other than that, no, I'm kind of calm, man. Yeah, like I don't watch international football, so I don't know how good or bad England are. But yeah, man, I'm kind of chill, bro.
Nah, I love that. Let them know, obviously, what you've got coming up, like outside of today, like next week, etc., and where they can find you and all that good stuff as well.
Lee Gunner AFC on TikTok.
There you go, people.
Well, I'll put clips out on that, and on Facebook as well. My Facebook's nearly on 20K, I think. So try and boost that up for me.
Might have to do that. Yeah, I have to check that out. You know what I'm saying?
Then I only stream on there, to be fair. I'll just link it to YouTube. Like, so it's the same streams, but a lot of people want to watch on Facebook when they're out rather than going YouTube because it's less battery and all of that. Fucking, I don't know. Yeah, but Instagram, Lee Gunner 82, and then at Lee Reacts, obviously, Lee Gunner as well on YouTube. Today I'm on with Rants in 40 minutes on his Twitch, and then I'm on with Henry at 6:30 UK time on my channel. Tomorrow, full match day program, man. Watch along with Ola. Fan cams, player ratings, and then Sunday I'm just chilling, bro. Yeah, I'm going to the beach on Sunday and I'm chilling, but I'll have one video I'll live stream out on Sunday night after all the games are done, after all the football's done.
Yeah. See, people, so much work, man. Lee putting in so much work, so make sure you check it out. So much content coming up, and yeah, man. Lee always bless on
Sunday.
That's just between now and Sunday.
Reacts to have a video out tomorrow. Noel Clark, like I said, that's in the morning though. That'll be out. Maybe 8 a.m. UK time. I want it out before the Man City game.
There you go, people. So make sure you check that out, people. Make sure you check out everything that Lee is involved in, especially like he said, he's on with Rants in about 40 minutes in regards to on his Twitch. So make sure you check that out as always. Make sure you continue to support, as you lot always doing, the Sarcasm City TV specials. There is a playlist for all these specials on the channel, people. So all you have to do is go to the playlist and you can see him. We've had Lee on today. We had Kendall on yesterday. We had Rants on the day before. We had Troops on the day before that. And we've got one coming up at 6 p.m. as well, people. Another big special guest as they've been. Look at the list, man. Look at the rollout. So yeah, man, just continue to support. Much appreciated. So Lee, always good having you on, man. So I appreciate you jumping on here, man.
Man.
Anytime, man. You should know this, man. Open door. Anytime you wanna come onto the channel to get something off your chest, just message me.
Yeah, going forward into next season as well, man. You should come on mine as well. We'll get something rolling for next season. Yeah, 100.
Yeah, we'll talk afterwards. Yeah. Without doubt, because someone said that at the start in regards to, let me see if I actually start that. But all it is, people, is that everyone's just busy in this content creator space. So when you don't see people linking up, look at all the videos Lee said that he's doing. I've got a lot going on. Everyone is. He says, sub to the channel. Yeah,
and that's without me going on all these other channels, man. Like it's crazy.
You be doing your rounds same way I be doing my rounds. Like, yo, with rants today, I was on with rants yesterday. I know you work with other people, like you work with Saeed, I work with Saeed. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just a lot going on.
That's why I just chill in the summer, because it's like for 9 months straight from August till May, it's just flat out. And then like that 11 weeks that I'm gonna get to go around every beach in this part of the country, man. Like I go to El Chorro Lakes. Yeah, and like the lakes there are nice. Like stay there camping for 3 nights. 5 nights, something like that. And yeah, man, I want to go a few different places this summer. Like I've never been to Cadiz. It's like 2 hours away. I love seafood, man. Yeah, and that is the place for fish. So I want to go there. I want to go Valencia. I want to go Portugal, which is 6 hours away. So
yeah, man.
So yeah, man. I'm gonna do a tour in the summer. So that's why I get to the summer. And it's not like a burnout, because I'll still be uploading 3 videos a day on my main channel.
Yo, it's just a little bit of a break, because you be working so there. I'm saying, like,
but I can get up in the morning, record all 4 of them videos, put them out, schedule them, and then I'm gone for the day, and I don't have to worry about it until the next day.
Yeah, no, 100%. And big up to Rat, who says sub to the channel for this if it becomes a weekly show. These two, I think, will have good chemistry, good personalities. Much appreciated for the kind words. And it's saying that me and Lee we'll legit talk, and we'll try and sort something out, people. 110%. But yeah, like I said, love to everyone who continues to support. Like I've said, 6 p.m. we're back with another Sarcasm City TV special, and then obviously from Saturday back with the whole regular schedule, people, in terms of the watch along. And then here on the YouTube, all of the shows are back. So your Manchester United podcast, doing the most, or the Q&As, the Champions League watch alongs are all over on the Twitch. But I've already updated the live stream schedule for the next 2 weeks, people. So you know what's coming up next week on the YouTube and the week after, and you know what's coming up on the Twitch next week and the week after as well. So for Saturday, for instance, you'll get the free watch alongs on the Twitch. So you'll get Manchester City Liverpool at 12:30, you'll get Arsenal Leeds at 3 p.m, and then you'll get Chelsea Aston Villa at 5:30. All those times are UK, but they're on the Twitch. Link for the Twitch and everything else is underneath in the description. And then I'll be back on the YouTube after the AJ Franklin fight, actually. So midnight UK time will be a Q&A. And then Sunday, obviously, be back with the Newcastle United versus Manchester United game here on the YouTube. And then to end your week, as always, on Sundays, the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. But in between that, over on Saeed's channel, also on Lewis's channel. And we're going to raid Lewis now as well, people, speaking of Carefree Lewis. So make sure you head over to his channel. We're going to raid him. But Lee, man, again, love for jumping on, man. Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
I love, man. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, man, anytime. And this has been the Sarcasm City TV special with special guest Lee Gunner live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.